Right, welcome to Life Fit with DVD. Welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about how to develop mastery, and I know this is a fairly general, topic and concept, but I wanted to keep it kind of open because mastery can mean a variety of different things for everybody. Of course, it takes a long time. Thinking about yourself as a master of anything or an expert of anything is kind of a paradox. Just when you consider yourself a master, right? That's kind of like your downfall. um, to that duality of things, right, you need to stay humble to be able to continue to develop your skills, develop your talents and whatever you're working on. um, so you know who am I to say that I'm a master? I'm not really a master, but when I look at it, there's a process. There's a process that you can follow to start to build that skill. And if you stick to it, right, you can do these things, right? You can become an expert in your field. But, it really starts with knowing where to start. Um, I don't consider myself an expert really in anything. I consider myself skilled in a lot of things. Maybe I should consider myself an expert, but I don't want to because, like I said, when you start to think of yourself as an authority on things, you really start to become, the ego can start to take over, and where you think that you know better than other people, when ultimately, right, everybody has their unique expression. Everybody has their way of going about their craft and building their skills and their talents. And to that end, everybody is going to have a different path in being able to grow and develop the things that they want. When you're building anything, right, everybody is going to have just a different way of going about it. They have a different way of learning. So if you don't honor that in each unique individual, right, it's going to be hard to get to that level that you want to get to. So ultimately, this starts out with identifying your areas of interest. What do you want to master? What do you want to get better at? Um, you know, this can be all sorts of things, right? You might not even know exactly what it is that you want to develop skill in, but you might have certain interests somewhere. And maybe this isn't even a specific place, that you want to focus this energy, but there's a specific way that you go about um, conducting yourself and analyzing things that is more maybe systematic and abstract, as is the case with me, that you want to build, a general sort of systematic framework for how to get better and grow at anything. And right, that is what this channel is about. Being Life Fit is about a holistic approach to how you tackle the world, right, in every single aspect. And when I say every single aspect, it's the important ones, right? It's the ones that matter. And it might be hard to think, oh, that you can do that, right? There's a lot of specialization and outsourcing that people do nowadays in the way they approach the world. They might say, oh, I'm going to let this fund manager handle my money. I'm going to let the doctor manage my health. Well, I mean, that might work for you, right? If that works for your personality, that works for your archetype, and it works for your mind. However, that might not work for everybody, right? Other people, they need to do it themselves, right? They should manage these things themselves because that's how they learn, that's how they grow. That's personally how I like to go about it, right? I like to understand how things work by experiencing them myself and then trying to build that knowledge, that skill set, out of, that experience, right, of trial and error. And this is a process, right? It's, building that skill and experience is going to take time. It's going to take practice, and that is going to be the case for anybody trying to master anything, right? So you might want to set goals for the things that you want to do. Like I talked about yesterday, you might want to take inspired action. Start before you're ready. This is why you should start today, going towards the things that you want to build, what you want to create, and trying to stop procrastinating on these things. But once you take that action, right, you might want to lay it out. You might want to say, okay, what did I learn from this experience? How can I go about doing it better next time? Ask yourself these reflective questions of, what did I learn from this? What did I learn from this, and where can I go from here? And being able to meditate on that, contemplate that, journal that, just having the time to just generally let your mind think about these things. That can be an active process or a passive process. But it's important to reflect on these things, but then also allow for yourself to study and dive deep into the knowledge and the skill base that you want to build, right? And this shouldn't be an arduous process. This should be a fairly fun and interesting thing, right? Humans are innately curious, right? And to that end, right, it should be a fun thing. It should be an intriguing thing to pursue. And if you don't know what that is, right, if you're just going a general direction, then think about what it is that's giving you energy. What is providing, stimulus for your mind, that can be a constructive skill that you can master, right? Think about these things, focus on them, and you will cultivate more of it. Our world becomes what we focus on. Our reality is what we focus on. So if we focus on things that are beneficial to society, ourselves, the people around us, these things will generally get better as long as we're thinking about them in a positive and productive way, as opposed to a destructive and hateful negative way, right? So gather resources, right? Set aside time to do your investigation, to build these skills. Practice, right? It's not just study, but you need to practice. You need to potentially try to teach, share this knowledge with other people, apply it, see what other feedback other people might have. Find people that are, what you would consider experts in their field, and, a field that's interesting to you, and, just listen to what they have to say. Listen to people in similar fields that you might be interested in as well, right? Is there any overlap between the two that, maybe there's a gap in the knowledge that potentially you could fill in? Because ultimately, with the knowledge base that everybody has, right, there's something new that can be created out of, the knowledge of two different people, even in a similar field. And once again, this isn't about being right or wrong, but being able to build your knowledge base, your skills, to develop a masterful opinion on that topic or that field of expertise, that industry. And, what has gotten me hung up in the past on a lot of different things is, I don't see myself as a master. And then, it feels like I don't know enough about this, or I don't know, enough on this specific topic, so I shouldn't really speak on it too much, because I don't consider myself an expert. But you know at the same time, I mean, you have to develop a growth mindset where it's like, even if I'm speaking on these things, like, it doesn't mean that it's the be all end all. There's a variety of ways that people can develop mastery. It's all unique to our individual self. But in developing this growth mindset, all right, we need to have some compassion for ourselves. We can't be putting ourselves down because, oh, we don't know this thing, or we don't have this degree, or this isn't the path that we went, so that just negates everything that we have to say on it. Some people might think that, right? But right, you have to evaluate all the information, and to me, the more knowledge that you have on a lot of different things makes you more comprehensive in the knowledge that you will know on the thing that you're trying to master. So this is about a system, right? A system of thinking that you can apply to anything in your life. And finally, this is ultimately about just the continued expansion of that knowledge. To that end, the more things that you can research, that you can learn, you'll be able to apply it to your system, your field, and ultimately your general topic of mastery that what you want to achieve in this life. But the thing is, it starts with your foundation. It starts with knowing yourself and knowing the path that you're on, that you're interested in, and that you want to walk. And that can be a very challenging thing to find for some people. It has been for myself, but right, I think I'm on it now, right? And it doesn't even mean that it's like a defined, I know exactly what it is that I want to be doing, and providing fulfillment and purpose to my life. But as every day goes by, it feels more right. So, if this is something that you want to explore with me further, that you want to know how to build a better foundation for yourself to know these things, let me know in the comments, right? How are you building and developing mastery for yourself? It'd be interesting to hear. But I think I'll leave it there for today. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.